Hello all, and this is going to be a direct upload for various reasons. Mainly because I don't want to take the time to actually... This video really doesn't need the intro and all that, because it's really not about that. But first, we're going to be good. I want to say I'm sorry. You're right. You were not the one who I was thinking of when I said that, possibly because magically you come back and then my account got hacked, or tried to get hacked. I was thinking of Kevin's View. He's the one that did it the last time, or it would seem that did it the last time, because YouTube tried to get all the information for the Truthslayer account, and YouTube was nice enough to send me a nice little email that he sent YouTube. So there we go. That's how I know. So I got YouTube confused. I apologize. I'm really sorry. So there you go. So next, let's talk about some Spinnernet stuff. Sorry, Brandon. I know I lied. And this isn't going to be necessarily drama. This is going to be more of, I'm glad people's eyes were finally open. In the video that I actually did on him, where I say Carmen was a bitch, let me explain what I meant by that. What I meant was that all of the hate, not all of the hate, but all of the videos, all the people that were calling him out, it was about freaking time. Because, this is nothing new. This is nothing that he didn't need to before. Most of you just gave him a pass every time this has happened before. You gave it a pass with Jared, you gave it a pass with LV, you gave it a pass with Kristen, you've given it a pass to all the people that he's blocked for no apparent reason other than, either he couldn't actually defend himself in arguments against them, or, he felt that they made him look bad, and of course he can't be made to look bad in front of his subscribers. So there is that. He can sit there and say, oh, I disagree with people all the time. You disagree with people up until the point where you start to look bad, and then magically, well, but he's not like he's going to see this, and then magically he blocks them. Now, none of you have ever cared about that. And it's nice to see that he finally went that extra step, and he went to the point to where he did something that nowhere else on YouTube has ever been allowed to be able to do. Because everywhere else on YouTube, whenever someone came on here and begged for money, they were called out, ostracized, which I've seen, hounded, basically ridiculed to the point where they probably had to shut down their accounts and all that sort of stuff. So that's usually what happens. And that's not what happened here, because of course King Spinnernet, because he's so nice and he's willing to go through and answer everyone's comments, and he's willing to, throw out sub recommendations nearly every video and all of that sort of thing. I guess. I don't know. I guess that's why people like him so much. I don't know. I've never understood it. I'm not subscribed to him. I don't watch his videos. The last video of his I actually watched was the one on ROH, and that was because it was on ROH. That's why. As much as you guys think that I think Spinnernet, I don't. I don't. Sorry. He can do whatever he wants. But I will say this. I would hope to God that if I came on here and begged for money, and all of this shit back here was still here, even the shit you can't see that's down here, that you would call me out, that you guys would bitch, that you guys would throw a freaking, I don't know, you guys would do everything in your power to get me off of YouTube. That's what I hope would happen. But, and I'm sure to a large degree that would happen, but that's not what happened with Spinnernet. No. He was defended, which is hypocrisy in and of itself. However, because he was defended, people got to get their eyes kind of opened up, and the fact of the hypocrisy that is on here, and then to turn it around, and then to the video that now is going around where he was in the call, and yeah, it was pretty much a gotcha call. I won't deny that. But even though the stuff that came out of his mouth should wake everybody up to that this guy needs issues, and this guy should not be, and that people shouldn't sanctify him to the point that they do, because we told you so. That's all I'm going to say. We told you so. Those of us that have been griping about Spinnernet have told you, and now you got proof. And most of you are just going to be like this. I don't see no proof. I don't hear no proof. So I can't speak of any proof that there is. That's what you guys are going to do because that's what you've always done. And it's sad. And yet you like to call what we have here, I guess, a community. Guess what? For it to be a community, that means there has to be set rules which we all follow and that no one is above. And since that's not the case, and it's very evident that's not the case, then there is, you know, we're not a community. We're whatever we are. And then you wonder why, I don't associate with the community. That's why. You wonder why there's a lot of us that don't associate with the community. That's why. Because we're not a community. You guys let stuff slide. You guys let stuff go. You guys do all sorts of wacky, crazy shit that shouldn't be allowed. And since that's the case, then we're not a community. And so what does it really matter? And that might be harsh. That might be mean-spirited, some of you might say, but it's the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts, and that's the God-honest truth. Some of you need to kind of realize that and start realizing when you watch videos that there are people outside of our little community that are going to see those videos. Now, should it matter what they think? Probably not. But when it gets to the point where you have guys making videos and then we're all judged by them, that's luckily, like the No DQ guys, we're not judged by those guys. Thank God, because some of the stuff that comes out of their mouth is amazing, in my opinion, and not a lot. Not to even count the fact that they started the account so that they could get money because they were using all of us for content. Yet last time I checked, none of us were getting any money. I would hope that because I'm pretty sure they're probably subscribed to Wrestling Observer and Pro Wrestling Insider and the Torch, because that's where they get all their news from anywhere, like everywhere else. It's not like they break anything. So, and then they got horrible opinions on top of it. So, none of us ever got our money from that. I don't see us all, woo, about the fact that, we have all made them money and they haven't given us a dime. But, beside the point. I don't know why I went off on that rant. But anyways, yeah, if for us to be a community, we all got to hold everyone else accountable to the same standards. And since we don't do that, since we've never done that, well, at one point we did, back when, 2007, 2008, when we did hold people to the same standards, and we did, when people did say stupid shit, we would call them out on it, and it wasn't seen as drama. It was called as, people saying stupid shit and being called out on it. If that's what you want, if that's what you're always griping that we don't have, well, guess what? That's part of it, is you have to hold people accountable, and you have to, we have to be, if you're going to be a community, whichever definition of community you're going to use, there's like 9, I think, let's see, when I was in school, I think there was 80. I think now there's 90 definitions of what the term community is, and that doesn't include what it means in the digital realm as far as community means. And we all got different definitions of what it means. But, I would hope that part of it would be that, we have an agreement on what is acceptable and not acceptable, and when someone does something that's not acceptable, we call them out on it. And since we refuse to do that now, we're not a community. So there you go. So that's all really I have to say. I wasn't going to, drag on as much as I did, but I did. So anyways, I know most of you don't care. Good. I will have an actual wrestling video up soon about WrestleMania weekend, because I want to talk about WrestleMania weekend, because it's a glorious and wonderful thing, and it's so much better than this bullshit. So with that, I'm out. Have a good one. Later.